One, two, three. Welcome back today to Mom and Dad Talks, where our favorite two people are Mom and Dad. Welcome back, Mom and Dad. Good to see you
Yeah.
guys. You know, you, you know, today I don't know what to say. We're gonna talk about Ralph Yarl, a young man. I'll read some of it here. I mean, if you haven't heard, a Kansas City teen who was shot when he arrived at the wrong address last week to pick up his siblings has started a fundraiser to help with his medical expenses. Family members started a GoFundMe Sunday to help pay for hospital bills, therapy, and future expenses like college after someone inside the home allegedly shot and injured the teen. Well, we know he did shoot the teen. We know who did it. The boy and family members have identified one as Ralph Yarl, was meant to pick up his brothers, who were twins, from a friend's house on 115th and Terrace. He ended up ringing the doorbell at the home 115th Street. Faith Spoonmore, the teen's aunt, wrote. Spoonmore said a man opened the door, Ralph, and shot him in the head. When Ralph fell to the ground, Spoonmore said the man shot him again.
Mm.
Ralph got up and ran from the property, but he had to ask he had to ask three different homes before someone helped him.
Oh.
Officers said they arrived at the home around 10 p.m. and found the boy injured. He was hospitalized. The police said initially that he was in stable condition with a life-threatening injury. With all the things that the media puts out there, when I looked at this young man, this man played in an orchestra, jazz ensemble. I looked at this boy and I was like, this dude is not a thug.
No.
A responsible boy that just, found the wrong place. And when is it, it's like every black man's a threat now, even if they're not a threat, and I looked at it, I was like, there's no way he's a thug. And it just disturbed me that I looked at him, and then someone just says, I'm just going to shoot black people because I'm scared of every black person. That's really what it is. They come knocking on my door, I'm going to kill the first one that comes in. And I'm at a loss for words because, like I said, when is a black man not a threat in his life? It just disturbed. What are your thoughts on it, Mom and Dad?
My thoughts are we need to do something about these guns in the hands of people that are not of a stable mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Michigan has a bill like that in the household or in the House, stating that if a person has psychiatric problems, he can't own a gun, period. And obviously, this 80-year-old man had some real problems. 84-year-old man had real problems psychologically.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for a couple of summers for an armored car service in South Bend. And it amazed me that the messengers had a fixation with weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They were, comparing their weapons. Oh, you got this, I got that, and so forth. I remember I think it was a Wednesday morning, the owner came into the barn where we were getting ready to, and it was raining.
Mm-hmm.
It's all this rain coming into the barn. And he looked up, guess what was in the ceiling?
What?
Bullet holes.
Oh, wow.
Bullet holes. Now, you have these guys that have these guns, and they're play toys.
Yeah.
They're play toys to them. So what do? They shoot holes in the ceiling. Now, that's totally irresponsible. And a couple of them wound up to be on the Mishawaka police force.
Mm.
And is this someone I really want protecting me?
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Mom?
My thought is I have a problem with when you want to purchase a weapon like they're selling out there. You have to. They want a background check. Background check to me means nothing because I have never broken any laws. Okay, and if I go into a store and they run my name through and they don't find anything and they give me a weapon to shoot, that's not really clearing me to have a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
A background check is to me is off the chart for trying to screen people to give them guns.
Well,
you know, what I'm saying is background checks is not the answer to giving somebody a gun or not giving somebody a gun.
Okay, good point.
And I think you had the answer, Todd. Yeah, you can buy a weapon, but your bullets are going to cost you $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, I think you make the bullets expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah, not think before you fire the bullet.
Yeah,
That's $1,000 down the drain.
yeah. I think the bullets need to be high up there, so that when you do use it, you know it's intent, because that's money and that's value. And so
you
when
can
you
have
value,
anybody can get a gun, but your bullets are going to cost you $1,000 a piece.
oh yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think that'd be perfect.
Yeah, it was that's a perfect idea.
Because, like I said, intent, you're gonna know that person, because at that point, your decision making gets a little bit clearer. Unfortunately, when money's, and think about it, folks. When you go get a loan, they don't just do a background check. They try to check your mom, and especially with black folk, they try to check everybody, your aunties and stuff like that, before you even think about it. They're trying to find a reason not to give you a loan. From my experience, my personal experience dealing with a lot of them, and some of them did do the right thing and say, "Hey, Mr. Hunt, here you go." But my experience, from my personal experience, and you guys' experience too, even if you pay your stuff on time, certain people just still look at you as, you know what? Why are you getting this, Mr. Hunt? Well, my credit bad? No, it's better than mine. Then what's the problem?
Yes, there's only one answer to that.
Yeah. And you guys, exactly. You guys experience with that. So, I mean, like I said, we'll show the thing up here where people want to contribute to the GoFundMe page, because I think Ralph needs this. Yarl, I mean, he's going to deal with a lot of psychological issues. A young man picking up his twin brothers in high school. Obviously, when I look at him, he's a good-looking young man doing. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look. I know what thugs look like. I know how they act.
Or outlaw.
Yeah,
What I'm saying? And he doesn't present that. And like I said, some people just want to kill someone. And I think that's downright, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole intent. Not to say, hey, protect you. When you protect someone, you're not trying to kill someone. You say, look, just get away from here. I want to shoot you in the leg, get the cops over here, whatever the case may be. Because taking a life is a psychological problem when you want to kill. And if you look at a lot of these shooters, we talk about these not police killings, but people killing people. Mass shootings was what I want to say. These mass shootings. In fact, I think there was another one this week, whatever, that unfortunately happened. They already had a problem. They let them know that they were having a problem and they needed help. Mm-hmm. And people ignore the signs. Like I tell people, when you see a mass person, you know something's wrong with them.
If our congressman would straighten up and act right about the decision on these guns, it would help too. But some of them are just not into protecting people. Mm-hmm. They don't even put a restriction on anybody.
Right. Well, lobbyists need to be outlawed from Congress, because they're the ones that give these people money to vote a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be realistic, folks. I mean, money's how these politicians run their elections and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's how you get your campaign. It really comes out who raised the most money. Generally, you'll probably win if you align the two together, if you raise enough of it there, right? That's the reason why for a long time the Democrats had a problem winning, because they were losing a lot because they weren't raising enough funds to get their point or their message out there, or their message wasn't clear. There's a lot of stuff that happens with that. And then the Republicans got more than enough, but their message wasn't clear. It's just, hey, just do the same old. People are like, give us a message. And I really think, like I said, that's just my idea. If you make the bullets expensive, if I'm going to use it on you and shoot twice, that's $2,000 out of my pocket.
I better have a good reason for using it, because this bullet cost me $1,000.
It's going to cost me $1,000. I mean, that's
it cost me $1,000, so I've got to be careful about who I'm going to use this.
I'm going to make sure, are you really a threat or not? Versus, if I make it easy for you, it's kind of like, if you make things easy for people.
What do you mean by a threat?
Well, the man went to the door and this kid was rattling the door. Now he perceived that as a threat.
Right.
Rather than going, may I help you, sir?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way he perceived it.
And then once the kid was wounded, he had to go to how many houses before
Three houses for someone
for somebody let him in. And obviously, this young man was bleeding. Bleeding. And, you know, if someone comes to my door and they're bleeding, I'm going to do all I can, whether they're black, white, red, green, yellow, whatever, to help them, to at least call 911.
We're losing humanity here. I think the part that bothers me about this whole story here is that we're losing humanity. We're losing caring about and loving one another. We're losing the thing of, you know, fear. Fear is causing people to do some crazy stuff. And you know what we believe. We know that Jesus is coming soon. We know these are the last days. God's spirit's being withdrawn from the earth. For those of you who hear us, you know, don't know, but that's really what's happening here, where people's consciences are not on the right things. It's all selfish. All of their point. It's not about, you know, what you do to your brother. You know, think about it. The first thing that God went to Cain with was, am I my, you know, where's your brother at? And what did Cain say? Am I my brother's keeper? And you got a lot of people out there today.
Right.
They don't care about what happens to somebody else that they may or may not know. All they care about is themselves. And when we're full of selfishness, those kind of decisions get twisted and it's bad. So, you know, I think we talk. This is, you know, we're probably
we haven't solved the problem, but we have some good ideas how to solve.
Right. And so today,
the idea is to put a price on those bullets.
A high price.
High price.
A high price. Not everybody can really afford to reach.
Yeah, you can carry a gun, but
the
bullets are going to cost you some big money.
Oh yeah. I raise the price of bullets real high, and that would stop the foolishness of people just willy-nilly killing people. Because hey, you know what?
I'm not gonna waste $1,000.
And put the person's phone number on the bullet.
Yes, good one, Dad.
If you start shooting, we know who you are.
We know who.
Is this John Jones? Well, we'll be right there to pick you up. Bye.
And for $1,000 a bullet, I'm pretty sure they can put some type of tracker on those things there, so you know who it came from. So, you know, I think we had a wonderful discussion about this, Mom and Dad. And like I said, our prayers go out to y'all. They're all family. That his continued health, that he doesn't get scarred from this. Because like I said, that's a very traumatic thing for a young man, anybody to go through, no matter what color you are. And today, you know, I just want to leave this with people. Have some humanity. This man went to 3 doors needing help before he got help. Just think about if none of them helped, that young man would have died.
Right.
So commending that person who brought them in the house to have showed some humanity. We need more of that for everybody. Doesn't matter what color you are. Just you know,
be a
good citizen.
And just remember, what would Jesus do?
And if you don't believe in Jesus, you know what? Treat others the way you want to be treated. Anyway, till next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks. Bye.
And a pleasure.